Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, Mr. Joshua, with another Gundam MSA review. And this morning, I am reviewing to you guys my Jungle Type GM MSIA version 1. Now, I've been working on this dude for about 3 months now. Let's see, I started him off in August, September, October, November. Yeah, about 3 months, almost 4 months. But I finally got done with him. He's actually drying right now as we speak. A little missing pots of drying. I paint this gray. I don't really want to touch them, but yeah, I figured I would do a video on him. But this guy was originally a scrap Gundam. It was what was he? He was originally an RX-78 version 1.5, and he was just missing so much parts. He was a loose figure too, like the leg joints were just loose as fuck. The left one is a little bit loose, but not much. I used the glue technique on there, where you take glue and put glue inside of the joints and move them around and separate them. The right one worked really, really well. It was just the left one. I need to do the reglue again. But anyways, it holds up pretty well. Before I did the whole entire glue thing, it would just topple over and just wouldn't even hold up. It was bullshit. But anyways, like I said, it took me about 3 months to get this dude done. Not because it was really hard to do, but because I procrastinated a lot and I just had so much shit that I was doing before. So he was kind of a side project that I finally got done. But like I said, he was originally a version 1.5 RX-78, and he was missing parts. He was loose and missing parts. He was let's see, he was missing the shoulder pads. I think he was missing the head, missing the weapons and such. And yeah, that was about it. That, and he was really loose. And so what I did was I stripped the paint off of him, all the paint that he had, well, except for that little crotch area. So I took all the paint off, and I was sitting there thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I wonder how cool he'd look like if he was green. Because I have a full armor RX-78, and that's what I modeled this dude off of. But I have a full armor RX-78 somewhere. I can't find him right now. He's in one of my storage unit things in the garage. But I was sitting there thinking about it. I was like, man, I wonder how cool it'd be if they had like a full armor, uh, GM jungle type. And so that's why I modeled him after. And I want to say I want to call like 50% of him is resin cast, give or take. Yeah, fuck it. Let's call it 50%. He's 50% actual msia and 50% resin cast. And I'll show you which parts are resin cast. Obviously, little bazooka shield things are resin cast. I got those from the full armor RX-78, same with the shoulder pads. Then these little rocket things, I actually got those off of my battle scarred, heavy arms. I took one of those off of him and resin casted it. Here's the original. Yeah, pretty cool. And then the head, of course, it's a resin cast of a version 1.0 GM. I could have used a version 2.0 GM, but I was like, nah, not this time. Let's see. The guns, he has two guns too, so that's pretty sweet. He's got two guns, two bazooka things. It works. The guns are resin cast too. I got those. What was it? Those are the resin cast of a GM Kai. So he's got GM Kai guns on him, and a GM Kai backpack too. I tried to make everything color uniformed as possible. Which is gray, a dark jungle-ish green, and black, and a little bit of white on the stomach area. But yeah, he was a very fun project to do. Yeah, it really was. And I had a really cool storyline behind him too. Like, for example, maybe he was a prototype. Maybe he was originally a prototype Gundam, which is why I left the little square things on them. But like I was saying, maybe, because of jungle type, uh, Gundam that was inside of like outside your burrow or some shit, and maybe a Xeon spy found him and had orders to, destroy the Gundam. So when the Gundam was sitting there in a warehouse waiting for a pilot to be picked, the Xeon undercover agent dude like secretly went over there and blew him up. And then as he was blowing him up, they had a big giant battle, and nobody could really pay much attention or protect him properly. So he got in there and blew up the Gundam. And then they had a big giant battle, and Xeon retreated. And the scientists came back, and they're like, "Oh shit, our jungle type RX-78's destroyed." Blah blah blah. And they're like, "Oh wait a minute, he's not that bad. How about this? Let's just rebuild him and make him look like a GM so it doesn't happen again." And so that's what kind of happened, I guess. I don't know. Sounds alright. But yeah, he was a really fun project to do. I'm actually going to be putting him on eBay pretty soon, as soon as he's done drying. So maybe tomorrow or possibly Friday at the latest. I just gotta do 2 more things with them. The first thing's I gotta let the paint dry, and I have to get back with these little boosters too. I mean, not boosters, fucking bazookas. And I gotta get back there and put some pegs in there because, I don't understand why. I wish I really had a vacuum chamber, but just for some reason, the little clip on the back of these little bazookas, as you can see right there, a little clip that hooks up inside the arm, right there. Every single time it holds a fucking air hole, Doesn't matter how many times I rotate the model or, tap it or whatever, it's always there. Every single one of them. I've done about 4 of these little bazooka arm things, which I'm going to be selling separately too. Not, separately with him. What you see here is what you're going to get, but I'm going to be starting making a bunch of those. But yeah, it's just really shitty because without one of those pressure chambers, there really isn't much I can do with it. But it's alright though. I mean, worst case scenario, you can always put a ball joint or something in there and modify the arms a little bit, which is easy as shit, But I'm not going to take one of these off because I'm using this because I'm using one hand, so I'm just going to use this guy as an example. I just want to show you guys the miracle of resin casting. It's pretty detailed. Now it looks exactly like the original. That green there, I actually painted the green, and this gray right here was just dye. I tossed him in dye to see what would happen, which I'm gonna repaint. But yeah, I'm pretty detailed, very detailed. Joshua did a good job. Joshua did a good job. Yeah. But let's see. Let's give you guys a close-up before I end this little video, this long-ass fucking video. So from the bottom up, of course, I made the feet green. That was dyed. I dyed the green on here, and the gray, and the shoulder pads, and the GM Kai backpack. Then down on my feet again, the gray was actual paint I used. I used the Gundam paint, and I used the Gundam paint for the white on the chest. I painted in the yellow because I thought that a darker yellow would look nice. And then you guys can't really see it, but what I did here is I gave it a very light metallic wash on here, so it looked like it was a little scratched up. That made it look like it was Battlescar 2, just a little bit, not much. So that it looks like he's been in a mild fight. Now with the guns, if I can show it to you without the figure falling over. The guns also have a metallic finish on there too, and they're a little, scuffed up. So it looks like he's used them quite a few times. The head, unfortunately, only goes, from left to the right. It doesn't go up and down. I mean, it's possible that you can. All you gotta do is just draw out the bottom a little bit and give it some room to do that, but I'm not gonna go back and do it at this point. Now, at this point, I just want to put them on eBay and see what I can get them for. And, let's see, what else is there? I know there's something else. Sorry about the long video. But rest assured, this is probably the only GM existence that looks like this, I think. But, the reason why I chose the GM Kai backpack is because I figured, well, he's going to be, most of his life that's going to be on, Earth. And he's carrying all these big weapons. He's carrying 2 fucking spray guns and 2 big giant bazooka things. And he's, decked out in, weapons. So I figured it'd be appropriate to give him a big giant, jetpack. Which came from the GM Kai. So I thought, that's a pretty good idea. Let's do that. And doesn't look half bad. Looks nice. And unfortunately with this one right here, this is just one I was messing with my leftover resin. But as you see, it didn't really take too well on the right little feel thing, or I don't know what it is. Probably holds feel. But rest assured with this one, I'm just going to battle scar the fuck out of it, No biggie. Still worth keeping. But, yeah, anyways, stay tuned for some more Gundam MSA reviews, and thanks for watching.